You don't look like one of them. Are the raiders still out there? This was their camp. I'm guessing they might come back, so regardless, you're going to have to fight your way out. Why did you run straight into a raider camp? Well, this tunnel has been caved in by rubble. You can't get to the other side, and there's only a few rooms back here. Been here for about 2 weeks, and despite the raider problem, the plan is to stay for now. I've got a group of people, or I guess runaways. We've been moving across the desert for the past few months. You've heard of Caesar's Legion? That's who. We're escaped slaves. Besides the raider problem, this is actually an alright spot. This place has a water pump and some food lying around. The lights are faulty, but we think if the battery is fixed, they could work again. There's a hatch leading to maybe a bunker, or something, but it's locked by a computer terminal. Might have supplies. So I think this is a good spot to stay while we plan what to do next. And since you're here, you might actually be able to help us. I'll pay you for fixing the battery. If you unlock it, you can keep whatever's under the hatch. We also have one of our own, badly sick. If you're anything close to a doctor, I'll pay you if you can treat him. His name is Weston. You can speak to the young girl, Catalina. She's been looking after him. You can also talk to Andre about the battery. So, you might get something out of this. What do you say? I don't want to speak too soon, but thank you. There's actually one more thing you could help with. It's got to do with a slave collar. One of us, when we escaped, still had one latched onto her. Her name is Sut. It's out of their detonator's range now, we assume. But speaking from witnessed experience, they can still go off. That bomb collar needs to be removed safely. Would you have any idea what to do with that? As long as you're careful, you can find her in the old breakout room to the left once you come in. The others will know I let you in. You shouldn't have any issues there. I'll open the door now.
Hello, I'm Andre. Nice to meet you. We've pretty much gotten this far together. Well, most of us. So, something must not be going wrong, I guess. The only thing that's gonna put all of us in a grave is Marcel's stupidity. I can't believe Fergie even listens to him. He'd send us straight into a Legion camp if he thought that was a good idea. That was mean, I know. Forget what I said. He is a pain, though. Do you really want to know? I sold chems to anyone. It was easy money. And eventually, anyone became Legion soldiers. So that went just as well as you'd expect. I had a friend, a person who ran a drug lab in some pre-war type medical facility near Tucson, and he had to deal with Tucson's Centurion. I heard when the Legion found them, as punishment, they were injected with 10 or more different drugs at once until they overdosed and died. And they did the same thing to the Centurion. Maybe the rest of us just got off lucky. We're still here, I guess. Because it's strictly forbidden in the Legion, the use of chems. Although, in some places, this rule was less enforced. I was in Tucson. It was one of the places where the Legion there was turning a blind eye to chem use. Some of the soldiers stationed there became my regulars. They had a lot of money to spend, so it wasn't like I was the only one selling. But then a few years ago, apparently Caesar made some decree to crack down on chem use. They had these guys from Flagstaff go from town to town. When they came to Tucson, I tried sneaking out. They caught me, and the rest you can imagine. Yeah, well, I don't know. They shouldn't be allowed to just change their minds and punish people. It was basically fine before. But I'm not saying I'm innocent or anything. It's hard, though. I just wish I could go back and change it. It doesn't really matter right now anyways. We're stuck here. Probably because it was a Raider's clothes. We couldn't just wander around the desert wearing a sack with a big red cross over it. We'd be literal dead giveaways. We all scavenged our new clothes. This is what suited me the best. Oh, yes. I tried to see what was wrong with the battery box, and the fuse or two melted, I think. It needs a new set of batteries. There might be a few fission batteries lying around here. 2 of those would help get it working again. And I found this old magazine on repairs in the break room. Maybe you can learn something from this? See you.
I heard you speaking to Fergie. I'm Marcel. Fucking nothing. We're sitting ducks here. Just waiting to die or some shit. I was gonna try hacking the terminal, but it's locked tight. I could hack into it, but I can't really be bothered. So we're practically fucked. Fergie says we can't leave. I was gonna meet a trader in some town called Nipton too, but that's off the table now. Yeah, go talk to Fergie then. She's the boss around here. Maybe she'll ask you to go. They a bunch of little bitches who think because Daddy said they could play dress up, they gotta take whatever the fuck they want. I would have loved to see the look on their faces when they'd realized we'd escaped. I don't know. Fergie knows what she's doing. Andre can be a wimp. He got all sad when the guy's head exploded. The rest of them are alright too. Everyone's just getting sick of being on the run, you know? I'm fucking sick of it. There was another tribal with us. Andre was messing around with the slave collar one day. The next it exploded and the tribal died. He just got unlucky, that's life. But now Andre's all depressed or something. What do I know, right? He's probably whining about me to you. Yeah, but don't ask Andre about Roga if you can't deal with him being a crybaby about it. Yeah. I kicked the shit out of someone. I attacked someone, beat them up. Is that a good enough answer? Ain't you fucking polite. He had it coming. Thought he could be all smart and take shit from me, so I kicked his fucking head in. He lived, but I still got a collar around my neck, and a few months later I ended up at the fort. Whole thing was bullshit. Legion is bullshit. They have low tolerance for shit like that. Whatever, fuck them. I'm glad we see eye to eye on this. To survive, you need to defend yourself. That includes your fucking property. Yeah, okay.
Are you the one who spoke to Fergie? I'm Catalina. Welcome to our little camp. Yes, when I was a lot younger, my home was attacked by Legion. I was taken as a slave. They killed the elderly and took all of us young people back to their camp. I haven't seen anyone from my home since. I was the only one who knew anything about medicine, which isn't much, but I've tried to help him. The others are alright. Fergie has kept us safe, and Marcel can be scary, but Fergie insists he does want to help. Of course, Weston is good. We were together in the Legion Fort, and Andre is okay, I suppose. I feel bad for what happened to him. It's terrible that we haven't gotten Sutton's slave collar off. She's usually just alone in that room over there. But she's really nice the more you talk to her. It just takes time for her to open up to you. Sutton has taught me so much about her home and her family. They lived in a beautiful forest, even further east from where I lived, I think. That's my little ramble of the group. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't have mentioned it. It's not very pleasant. Okay then. You see, there was someone else in our group. His name was Roga. He had a slave collar on, too. Andre tried to help remove the collar. He took a look at it one night, and the next day, it went off out of nowhere. I didn't see it go off, but Fergie told me after what had happened. Andre was just trying to help. Now he's too scared to go anywhere near Sutton. Yes. He's been like this for a couple days now. I think he may have a fever, and he's told me he feels very nauseous as well. And he also said he feels pain in his stomach. That's why he doesn't speak much, maybe. I'm not sure. No, I'm no doctor. I tried to help. I've given him lots of water, and I tried to make him comfortable. At the Legion Fort, I sometimes help bandage the injured, but I don't know how to cure the sick. If you know anything about medicine, please try to help him. I'm worried it might become more serious. Maybe try using some healing powder? I haven't been able to make any, but if you could make some, it could help Weston.
are you? Who let you in? If that's so, I trust you. Did she ask you to take this thing off around my neck? I'll tell you what I know. I am at peace. I know this curse cannot bind me forever. You must not worry about the inevitable. The Legion conquered my people long ago. I was only young, but I'll never forget. They tore my people apart. They tore my tribe apart. The boys and young men made into soldiers for Caesar. They picked some of the women to become wives for other soldiers, and the rest of us were made into his slaves. The old were left to die in the wastes. We fought against the Great Legion, fought hard, but their leader made a deal with the Elder. The men would not be killed, taken into Legion, told this was Caesar's grace, extended to our people. They knew of our strength. You have no need to be sorry. I believe the stories of my ancestors will be carried on. Those above will restore our tribe's glory. Catalina is a good woman, but she must learn to defend herself. If not, others like the Legion will be hasty in taking advantage of her. This world is unforgiving to the weak. If not, others like the Legion will be hasty in taking advantage of her. This world is unforgiving to the weak. They are tough. Fergie leads with power. She reminds me of my fiercest in my tribe. Yet, what she does fear is what she cannot control. Weston is a good man. He knew how to move following the stars, yet his sickness has consumed him. Marcel is rugged from this wasteland, his biggest strength and greatest weakness. The girl Catalina thinks she has the most to lose, yet she has the most to gain. And Andre I know so little about. I am most uncertain of his future. Do what you must. Give me a moment to compose myself. I am ready.
I hope I'm not interrupting, but you need to speak to Fergie right now. I was collecting some water from the pump and then I heard a gunshot. I think it was Marcel and someone else? But Fergie was out there too. She told me to get you. I don't know what's going on. They're out in the main tunnel. Hurry.
Good, you're here. We have a situation. I need you to sort this out. That's good news, but right now this is more important. Marcel caught one of them NCR soldiers sneaking into the tunnel. He's telling me she shot first. She's holed up in the small room right next to the entrance on the left, and demanding to speak with the one who isn't a slave. So you. She must know who we are, and that you're not with us. I don't know. That's why you need to find out. I doubt they're here to offer us their assistance. You've got nothing to tell me, right? Good.
I'm glad you didn't come in guns blazing. I'm just here to talk. I know you're not with these people. That's why you're playing mediator here. They have nothing to worry about. I just need to ask them a few questions. This group will want to hear what I have to say. One of them is Legion. I'd take this seriously if I were you. They're not all escaped slaves. One of them is a Legion soldier. Go speak to the woman. I want to talk to her first. She seems like the most reasonable of the bunch.
Tell me what happened. What does she want? What? One of us, she says? Okay, I know what needs to be done. I'll deal with her in the meantime while you do something for me. Have you heard of Cottonwood Cove? Andre said it was a springboard for slaving operations in the Mojave. There would be a bounty or ledger out for our recapture. That should give her some proof. I don't think the soldier lady will just take us at her word. We need proof. A good reason to get her to leave us alone. I'm not just going to blindly believe a woman I've never met before, claiming one of us is Legion scum. But if you find something that proves what she's saying, you come to me straight away. You'll have to do some searching. Speak around, maybe, but do so carefully. You could disguise yourself as one of them. You need to go as soon as possible while I deal with our NCR friend.
Who's there?
Skulking like a coward will not save you. By Kaisar, I will find you. You won't escape me! I'll kill them if they come back. True to Kaiser.
True to Kaiser.
Halt! What business have you in Cottonwood Cove, outsider? Very well, you may proceed. However, be warned. Aggressive acts against us will earn you a place on a cross.
Ave, do you wish to speak? Vale. Ave, do you wish to speak? Vale. Ave, what business do you have with me? Ave, what business do you have with me? Ave, what business do you have with me? I was not expecting word this soon. Here, you will hand the letter to the gate guard upon arrival at the fort. You are not to open nor read its contents. Vale. Ave, do you? You will. What? Ave, what business do you? You. What?
Over here! Thought hiding would save you?
Good to see you back alive. I thought it'd be better to speak out here. So, what did you find? Oh, I knew something was happening. I just had a hunch. I don't know what games they're playing. They're talking about this target in such a strange way. They're definitely hiding something. And it does prove one thing. Someone here isn't who they say they are. Well, we need to find out who it is. Because we can't leave now. It would draw too much attention and it might give their little spy a way of contacting them. One thing is for certain. If any of us walk out of here, it sure as hell won't fucking be him. I've spoken to the ranger lady Marlene. We agreed she'd conduct an investigation. You can start by talking to everyone. I want to know if their stories still match up and make sense. Once you've done that, you'll hopefully have some sort of lead. Everything you find, you tell me first, privately. I don't mind if you work with the ranger, but again, you come to me first when you find the scumbag. I'm not ruling out anybody or making any assumptions. They'll be found out sooner or later. I'll make sure of that. That's the plan. Also, I did end up talking to the others about this, so they know what's going on. Keep that in mind. Remember, you let me know the second you find something.
Hello again. I'm alright. I just want this to be over. In this tunnel, I feel like it's always night, never day. That's to say, I barely get any sleep. That's what a guilty conscience does to you. Yeah, I do. For what happened with Roga and everything else, the fact that I'm still here whilst others are dead. Okay then. Ha, no. I mean, it isn't the nicest thing to wear, but that's the least of my worries right now. Maybe once I'm out of here, I'll get myself some new clothes. I appreciate the thought, but I don't see the point in wearing something different now. This is what I'll wear, at least until this is all over. I'm working on a few things, but it's alright. There's nothing I think you can help me with right now. Alright. No, I know nothing. I'm sorry, I have nothing. I used to sell chems to legionaries. I got caught, and slavery was the punishment. I had a few specific customers who I knew weren't your average townsfolk, so they were soldiers. One of them must have been caught and ratted me out. So they found me, and then I was enslaved as punishment. Because I'm not? I may be guilty of a lot of things, but pretending to be Legion isn't one of them. So you can tell Fergie and that ranger lady what I've told them before. It's not me. See you.
I heard you're the one that healed me back to health. Thank you. You may have saved my life. Your name is? It's nice to meet you too. Fergie told me you have questions to ask me? Yes, I am. Whilst you were gone, Catalina watched over me. No, not quite sure. I attribute it to old age, most likely. That's what happens, though. You get older and you don't have the same strength you once had. We were together in the camp, so I tried to help her best I could. Luckily, we happened to be together when Fergie, Marcel, and Andre were making their escape. I'm all ears. Not much. Nothing at all, really. I found some playing cards, and so I tried to play Caravan with Marcel. But it didn't go well. He didn't understand the rules, or maybe he didn't want to understand. What is it? I know nothing that could help our situation. I've been sick for a while now, so I'm playing catch-up just the same as you. Leave. I'm sure the others very much appreciate your help, yet I'm surprised you're here. I doubt Fergie can offer you any money. Well, maybe if I were to stay, I'd look around, see what people are hiding in this tunnel. Yes, I'd be interested to know. Nothing is holding you here like the rest of us. No, we can't leave. That's what I think, at least. If anyone were to leave now, it would only raise suspicion. I wouldn't count on making money out of us beggars. You're better off maybe taking a job for some NCR bigwigs on the strip. But I can respect the honesty of an answer. I was keeping the books for a caravan depot south of Flagstaff. I was stealing, marking goods as lost or damaged. The punishment of theft varies, but more recently it's often slavery. Luckily, they sent me out here to the fort. If you were sold to some of the degenerates they sold slaves to, you would say being sent to the fort was good luck. And the Legion could have simply crucified me. At first, the traders thought it was the other person working at night. Caravans would arrive in the evening to leave in the morning for Legion garrisons and some to the towns further south. So, I would re-review stock early in the morning, remarking goods as damaged. They enslaved her before they ever accused me. To some degree, yes. At the time, though, I thought I'd rather it be her crucified than me. To some degree, yes. At the time, though, I thought I'd rather it be her crucified than me. I was told she escaped, however, so she could be anywhere. It was Fiona. Fiona Davis, I think. But I don't understand why she wanted me to confess. What was the point? What did it achieve? No, I've barely gotten out of bed until recently. I'd have no idea. What have I done to make you suspicious of me? Then no, I'm not a legionary, a spy, or anything of the sort. I'm all ears. Bye.
What's up? Oh, I don't want to fucking hear it. That game's bullshit. I mean, who plays it anyways? Gotta be the first person to ask me that. I don't know, this shit is what it is. Let's hope we find that Legion asshole, right? Besides that, I don't know. This stupid jumpsuit makes me look like I'm in some fucking team or something. Yeah, I reckon it's pre-war or something. Probably used to be decked out with a bunch of serious weapons and armor. That's the first I've ever heard of these brother whatever the fuck. I didn't realize we had a fucking historian over here keeping track of who did what and shit. Yeah, that's why we took it from those raider dipshits. Well, at least we thought we did till more showed up. Yeah. I don't know. I'll probably stick with everyone for a while. You know, Fergie. Now I wouldn't, because of the whole fucking Legion thing. Though I wouldn't really call back east home either. Casinos ain't really my thing. Couldn't stand a bunch of assholes thinking they're top shit because they're in the city with shiny lights and robots. Yeah. You've got to be fucking kidding me. Good. Because we can't fucking trust her. She's NCR. They may not be Legion, but they're scum all the same. She'll be helping until her boss or some shit tells her to round us up like cattle or put us down like fucking dogs. Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Is there anything I can help you with? I sleep. I try to make food for the others. Not that there's much to cook with. And Sutton teaches me things, like survival skills. Alright. I think everyone's just been kind of in a rut. This whole thing with the Legionaries got us all worked up, but it just feels like there's little anyone can do. Sutton has been helping me with survival skills stuff. That's been good. I don't know yet. I can't go back home. Kind of don't really know where it is. Sutton spoke to me about going north, maybe. Living like how she used to live with her family. It was a small little village, very far away from here. I doubt it's still there. The Legion destroyed it when they came. I remember my parents saying we were lucky as raiders didn't attack our village as much as the other ones. Well, I'm not sure. Things have been tense ever since we found out about what's been going on. As long as things don't end badly with that, then it's possible we all stay together. I'd be happy to. You can ask me anything. I'm sorry, but I actually don't know much. I try not to think about it, to be honest. Yes, I don't want to see anybody else get hurt. We deserve to be safe and free. Okay. Yes, when I was a lot younger, my home was attacked by Legion. I was taken as a slave. They killed the elderly and took all of us young people back to their camp. I haven't seen anyone from my home since. I have no idea. I'm sorry. I just hope this is all some sort of mistake. Not to say Fergie is wrong, but I don't think anyone here could be as bad as she thinks this person could be. Well, there isn't much I can do, and I don't see any reason to point the finger at anyone. I wouldn't know what to do if someone here was a spy. I just can't be of any help to you, I'm sorry. I'd be happy to. You can ask me anything. I'm sorry, but No, of course not. Thinking about all this just worries me.
You return, and so I thank you. I live another day thanks to you. When you first spoke to me, I knew you would help. My fate was sealed for the future and the past. Thank you. What Fergie believes is appropriate to be done, I will follow, although I worry she is hunting for blood. The need for justice, or karma, as it is called, can often slip into revenge. Fergie must avoid slipping into a fate that has befallen many before, as how can such desires be satisfied? The same for all serious crimes, regardless of who or what. The tribe's 10 strongest would attack and beat them until they could move no more, left lying on the floor of the forest. If they had the will to return, they would crawl their way back to camp, where they would be cared for back to health. Then they would be forgiven. I'll tell you what I know. Travel north. I will see what life I can find there. Many tribes still call the Great Plains their home. I intend to live among them. We live in a harsh world. You need family to protect each other. I know no other way. Go ahead. The information you seek is merely what we deny. Truth in your search cannot be denied by the living, only obscured. You understand what I'm trying to tell you. The dead leave no secrets behind. You know Roga, yes? I will give you the location of his resting place. You will move one step closer to what you are looking for. I don't know, nor am I interested in assuming. The dead cannot lie, and they call us to a truth. So I do not suggest, only offer that it may change your perspective. I'll tell you what I know. The Legion conquered my people long ago. I was only young, but I'll never forget. They tore my people apart. They tore my tribe apart. The boys and young men made into soldiers for Caesar. They picked some of the women to become wives for other soldiers, and the rest of us were made into his slaves. The old were left to die in the wastes. I have already cast my judgments. I will leave it to the others to cast theirs, and the same for you. Yes, goodbye.
You're back. And with evidence, I assume. Suit yourself. Though you have nothing to worry about. Our interests align. We both want to find who this legionary is.
Aha!
Want to report possible discounts in jet. Stop. Denied possession of jet. Intercede. 404,000. Watch report possible discount scheme. Recalibrate socio-scan. Repurposed area.
Hey, can I talk to you for a second about something? You see, I guess read the... Well... Just read...
true to Kaiser.
You have something to tell me? I did not know Roga could read or write. I did not know Roga could read or write. In your words, yes, I know nothing concretely, but these things are rarely set in stone, you might say.
What have you got for me? No, we have to stay here for now. Out there, we're more vulnerable than in here. We're not leaving until this is done. Once we find this traitor in our ranks, then the only thing that can come at us is from the direction of the entrance of the tunnel. And I think we stand a decent chance of defending ourselves from here. That's not something I'm thinking about right now. There are bigger things to worry about. Do you have something to tell me? No cold hard evidence, no. Although I have been thinking about something. I think we could do a thorough search of the place. Look for anything that wouldn't belong to a raider or that could be suspicious. You might have a better eye for these things than I do. And also, see if there are any other exits to this place we don't know about. I'm hoping we only have to defend from one side. I find it hard to believe that any of them just decided to leave. Really, they see only one way of leaving the Legion, and it's 6 feet under. My guess, they're using us as bait. They could be keeping track of us while we search for other escaped slaves, unknowingly ratting them out. That's another reason why we can't leave. Andre was trying to communicate with another group via radio. Until it broke just recently. I don't expect you to rummage through their personal belongings, but it's not like we have much personal property either. I just want you to take notice of anyone who has something that seems out of place. Okay, tell me. I'm not ruling anybody in or out entirely. I doubt it, yes. You should still speak to them. The Legion uses all sorts of tactics. You just don't know, do you? That's fine with me. He was with Marcel and I at the fort, only later. At first, he wasn't entirely willing to join in on our plan, but we convinced him. Ask him what you'd ask anyone. What do you think? Neither am I. Just First person I got on board to try and escape. Don't rule anybody out, but it's not Marcel, I don't think. I only met him the day we escaped. Marcel told me he claims to have seen Weston about a week earlier. I don't know too much about him, so he's definitely worth talking to. I met her that night we escaped. She's typically pretty reserved. She might know a bit about Sutton and Weston. She's irregular tribal, so I wouldn't put any merit to her being a Legion spy or whatnot. Still speak to her, though. See if she knows anything. I don't know. I haven't thought about it all too much. He was the person I spoke to the least, but you can't exactly speak to him now. I want to find this traitor just as much, if not more than you do. But I've already thought through everything from our escape. Look, I'll tell you how it happened. But if something gave them up back then, I would have realized by now. You could. I met Marcel. It didn't take much convincing to get him on board. Marcel was regularly put to building the camps for the newly. I stole a piece of paper and a pencil. I recorded the schedule of the guards on one side and drew a rough map of the camp on the other. I hid the map in the Brahmin pens. Marcel found big enough pieces of scrap to make a raft. We cut out a wall in a Brahmin pen by the river. One evening, when just enough legionaries were out on raids, Marcel and I killed the guards by the pen and we rounded up as many people as we could. And we got out of there. Yeah, I guess that could be the case. I doubt it, though. It would hurt Kaisar's precious ego if he knew slaves were escaping. Unfortunately, no. Legion has had slaves be informants and spies before. Believe me, it's happened. I hope everyone is who they say they are, but I'm not making exceptions for anyone either. The Legion had a whole system of surveillance, punishment, and control over our lives. When I was there at their fort, I heard rumors of slaves who tried to escape, but they were all found and caught. Then hung to a cross, lashed, and left for dead. The Legion has this whole group within it just for spying. They don't keep that secret. No, the plan was to meet with Marcel's contact with the slave collar disabler. Andre said he was radioing another group of escaped slaves, but he lost contact with them a while ago. Then the radio broke. Marcel, Andre, and I planned the escape. The others were just with us by coincidence. I've speculated it all through my head. I just want you to find me some hard evidence. If you spoke a different language and had no idea of the outside world, you'd be scared to leave, would you not? And I hate to say it, but a lot of the tribal people lack the will to stand up to the Legion. The Legion kills or brainwashes the strong ones. Yeah, I agree with that. When you're born into a world that couldn't care less about you, you have to learn to fend for yourself.
I know what this is about. Can we talk outside? Don't play dumb. There's no point. I saw you look behind the vent frame. So be upfront. These clothes don't even fit me. That note has the location of another group of escaped slaves' hideout, like ours. Look, can we please talk about this somewhere else? let's just go out there. All right, ask away. Because I'm trying to actually help us instead of doing whatever it is we're doing right now, which isn't helping. Maybe hiding the information I had wasn't the best idea, but with Fergie right now, everything is seen as suspicious. Because Fergie's behind all this. Why else would you be talking to me right now? I can take your word for it, but you need to hear me out. We've all screwed up. Sometimes I think me especially so, but that's only to say none of us are angels. Maybe not Catalina, but Marcel attacked people, Weston stole from innocent people, and you know Fergie was a raider, right? And I sold chems, which was wrong. I know that was wrong, in like almost all cases. I don't think we should have been enslaved, but we had to face the consequences for the crimes we committed. Now, we have a second chance to become good people. And me personally, I don't want to throw that away. But that could be all ruined by an attempt to root out this Legion soldier, which we know nothing about. I disagree. I'm not saying whoever it may be is innocent, but they've gone through what we've gone through too. Maybe they left because they didn't want to be trapped in the Legion like we were. Or simply, they might just have regret and want to start a new life. Whatever that life may be, no one but ourselves is keeping us here in this tunnel. Yes, obviously yes. I feel like that's what I've been trying to tell you. But really, you need to think about who you're actually searching for. A spy, or someone that just isn't a spy. Because I don't think that's who this person is. A spy? Come on. We'd all be dead by now if one of us was a spy. You'd have to spin some elaborate story to explain how myself or any other person here is a Legion spy. But that's what Fergie's doing, right? She created this narrative in her head and it just makes no sense. There was a point when I believed it could have been Roga, to help cover my guilt to a degree. But honestly, if I had to guess anyone, actually, I'd say Catalina. Maybe you see it as slavery all the same, but she has a legionary's wife written all over her. She wouldn't have survived what we went through in those camps, and they have reason to hunt someone like her down. Her husband, maybe. But, I mean, that proves my point. Do you think she deserves to be punished, let alone killed? Because I know Catalina. She's probably the least guilty of all of us here. So what's the point of this whole game? Thank you. I'm glad we agree. Now, you need to convince Fergie, because she won't listen to me. But she might listen to you, and this stupid game can be all over. I don't know what will happen. Maybe she could be right. But she could also be completely wrong. Besides convincing Fergie to give up on this investigation, I have an idea. There's a group of escaped slaves. I think they're in trouble. I've been trying to speak to them on the radio until it broke. But even before that, I stopped hearing from them. They escaped around the same time as we did. It doesn't seem like an accident. I just think, who else escapes the Legion? I know where they are. That's what was on the note I was hiding. It was for safekeeping, I guess. It all seems a bit strange. Regardless, I'd feel bad if something happened and we did nothing. And it could be related to this legionary. It was on the radio. I was searching for signals and I found theirs. They had the same idea as us. Well, me. Trying to find others on the radio for help. Because, well, I was sneaking out to use the radio at night, which would make Fergie mad. But I haven't spoken to them since it broke, and that's why I'm asking you to go check on them. Can you just not tell Fergie? Not much, to be honest, but they seem friendly to me. The person on the radio told me that there were maybe 6 of them initially. I'm not sure if they're all still, around. Because Fergie wouldn't understand. She's just worried about finding this Legion spy. Just keep this between us for now. Fergie will only listen if I can prove that they were slaves. Oh, okay, that's good. Here's the coordinates on the Pip-Boy, and tell them Andre sent you. And I know you haven't done it yet, but thank you.
I thought I heard something.
Please tell me there aren't any of them left. Shit. Please tell me you're a doctor or something. Okay. It's pretty hard to relax right now. Okay. That helped. I was hiding here with 2 other escaped slaves, Josh and Leo. But they found us. The Legionnaires found us. I was shot in the back. They killed Leo too. Shit, Josh just stood there. But as I tried to crawl away, they then attacked Josh too. They didn't kill him right away. Fuck. I think he was screaming. They said, "Do you know West?" "Where?" "Who West?" "West on." Maybe they said, "Are you West on?" It went on and on. Josh kept telling them he had no idea. West on. West on. Then they asked where West on was, but then I heard nothing. Maybe he said West on? I don't know why they stayed after that. Were they looking for you? Are you going west? No clue. They said something about, I think, just please help me. Okay. I'm just gonna close my eyes for,
Where have you been? I was starting to think you'd left permanently. Fine, be that way. You want to cut to the chase? Who's the Legionary? Tell me. And your evidence? What? How did this happen? How did you find him? How did this Oscar guy put together that Weston was a spy for the Legion? What's the link here? This should make things simple then. No need to waste any more time. Let's get the others. Sort this out once and for all. So we've locked the hatches. He should be down there with no way out. Marcel, have you locked all of the other doors?
Yeah, they're locked tight.
So we're going to go down and have a word with him.
And then what?
We'll see what he says, but we're dealing with someone who's deceived us, lied to us, and put us in danger. We'd be free by now if it wasn't for him. Don't you want your freedom, Andre? If he's Legion, then we can't take any risks.
Okay, if you say so.
I hope everyone knows the choices we can make.
Open the hatch, Marcel. Now that everything is out of the way, are you ready? Marcel's just locked it, and he changed the password too. I do. So let's not waste any time. You got nothing to say?
I'm guessing you've already come to your own conclusions.
So you confess?
It's true. I was a legionary. But I chose to leave just like you, Fergie.
Give me a reason why I should believe that story.
Fergie, why would they be hunting me if I was a spy? That doesn't make sense. They might be after me, not the rest of you.
Well, it doesn't matter whether you're a spy or not. What's happened now is because of you. The trouble you brought. How do you expect me to deal with that?
By letting me go. That's how you deal with it.
You've caused more than enough problems, and I'm not intending for you to cause any more. So it's the end of the line, Weston. It's done. Finally. In the end, it had to be done. No way around it. We are going to open the doors and walk out. Whether she likes it or not, and hopefully before any of her friends arrive. Now we leave this tunnel and make a life for ourselves. I'd ask you to join us, but I'm guessing you've got other places to be. Goodbye.
So the lives of these people were forever changed, with those remaining deciding for themselves how to live.
For the man called Weston, the tunnel was where death finally caught up to him. In death, Weston would represent many things to the many different people and groups he encountered in life. Although what he wanted to become was a man of his own choosing. Though Weston should have not been surprised to know that he died as little more than a symbol of things other than himself.
Fergie felt a wave of satisfaction when she left the tunnel. She believed she had proven herself as a capable leader. In the following months, Fergie formed what would later become Spartacus Gang, a group of fighters known for their guerrilla warfare tactics to eliminate key Legion targets even after the second battle for the Hoover Dam, making Spartacus Gang become a constant thorn in the Legion's side.
Continuing to follow Fergie after the events at the tunnel, Marcel became one of the Spartacus Gang's original members. His seemingly tough and brazen nature made him the perfect fit to motivate others in Spartacus Gang to not fear the Legion, or any group that stood in their way.
Even after he parted ways with the others from the tunnel, Andre struggled to escape the ghosts of his past. He would find himself in Freeside, regretfully selling chems like he had previously done back east.
Marlene had failed to complete her mission of capturing the runaway Legion soldier. However, Command did not have high expectations that such a task would be possible, and Marlene, as originally planned, was stationed at Hoover Dam. She would go to serve in the Second Battle of Hoover Dam, dying in combat. Posthumously, she would be recognized by the new California Republic Rangers for her bravery and courage. And although her death devastated her family back home, it would inspire her daughter to follow in her mother's footsteps, and she would eventually become a ranger herself.
Oscar awoke after near death to find himself in a bed at a Followers of the Apocalypse clinic. After witnessing the deaths of the enslaved people with him, Oscar did not want to waste what he saw as a second chance at life. In the course of time, Oscar would become a caravan guard, working and saving up as much money as possible to someday have a peaceful retirement.
Seeking to reclaim the remnants and identity of her people, Sutton would journey to the southern plains of Wyoming to rebuild what was once the heartland of her people's tribe.
And Catalina would join Sutton in her journey, learning how to survive and live off what the wasteland provided. By the time they had become settled to their new life up north, Catalina became an almost unrecognizable force to be reckoned with. Some say that light at the end of the tunnel may actually be a train coming headfirst towards you. That instead of a better outcome or a second chance, you are instead greeted with a catastrophe and death. So a choice is always made. A choice of what to believe is waiting for you at an end. Even believing there's nothing different or not thinking about it is a choice already made. We can never completely know what's waiting for us, that's true. But that doesn't make our beliefs pointless or not worth challenging. We always choose to believe something, and I think rather than denying our beliefs, we should act according to them.